Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here to speak on a topic that resonates deeply with our innate desire for respect, love, and value in relationships. It is a truth that cannot be denied. The way others treat you is often a reflection of how you treat yourself. And when it comes to relationships, particularly with men, this principle holds true. If you want to be treated like a queen, you must first embrace the essence of royalty within yourself. A queen doesn't demand respect through force. She commands it effortlessly through her actions, demeanor, and self-worth. So what exactly can you do to ensure that men treat you like the queen you are? Face fact, it's a fact of life that the more you treat women as people, the more they will treat you as people. The answer lies in one simple, powerful principle. You must set the standard for how you want to be treated. Let's break this down. First and foremost, self-respect is non-negotiable. If you don't value yourself, no one else will. Men, like anyone else, observe how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you allow others to treat you. When you set high standards for yourself, it sends a clear message. You know your worth and you will not settle for less. Do that often. Secondly, boundaries are essential. Being treated like a queen requires knowing when to say no, when to walk away, and when to demand better. A queen does not tolerate disrespect or toxic behavior. By standing firm on your boundaries, you demonstrate strength and self-respect, qualities that naturally command admiration. Next, confidence is your crown. Confidence is magnetic. It draws people to you and signals that you are secure in who you are. Men are naturally drawn to women who exude confidence because it reflects inner strength and a deep sense of self-awareness and a deep sense of self-knowledge. Moreover, a queen is also compassionate and understanding, but never at the expense of her own dignity. She knows when to nurture and when to step back, understanding that mutual respect is the foundation of any relationship. Finally, to be treated like a queen, you must surround yourself with people who uplift and value you. Men take cues from how you allow others to treat you and how you treat yourself. When you surround yourself with love, respect, and positivity, it sets the tone for how you expect to be treated. The essence of being treated like a queen lies not in demanding it, but in embodying it. Carry yourself with grace, respect yourself fiercely, and never compromise on your worth. When you do this, the right people, men included, will naturally treat you with the reverence and admiration you deserve. Valuing yourself is the foundation of how others perceive and treat you. When you truly understand your worth, you project confidence and self-assurance that naturally commands respect. People, including men, respond to the energy you put out, and the way you treat yourself sets a precedent for how you expect to be treated. This idea goes beyond surface-level self-care or external appearance. It is deeply rooted in how you see yourself, your beliefs about your worth, and how you allow others to engage with you. Poverty means caring for oneself, beginning with your authentic self. Virtue dictates the baseline of self-awareness. It's about understanding who you are, what you stand for, and what you deserve in life and relationships. When you are clear about your values, priorities, and boundaries, you make decisions that align with your authentic self. This clarity creates a sense of stability and purpose that others find admirable. Men in particular are drawn to women who exhibit this inner strength because it reflects self-sufficiency and independence. You're not relying on external validation to feel complete. You're whole within yourself. Another crucial aspect of valuing yourself is self-respect. Respecting yourself means recognizing your strengths and acknowledging your flaws without letting them diminish your sense of worth. It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion, especially during difficult times. When you respect yourself, you're less likely to tolerate behaviors or situations that undermine your dignity. You won't stay in relationships where you feel undervalued or disrespected because you know that you deserve better. This unwavering commitment to your self-respect sets a powerful example and establishes a boundary that others, including men, will instinctively respect. Your words and actions also play a significant role in demonstrating self-value. How you speak about yourself matters. If you constantly criticize yourself or downplay your achievements, you send a message that you don't see yourself as valuable. On the other hand, when you speak positively about yourself, celebrate your accomplishments, and acknowledge your worth, others will take note. And men are more likely to treat you with admiration when they see that you genuinely appreciate and believe in yourself. It's important to remember that valuing yourself is not about arrogance or superiority. It's about having a balanced sense of confidence and humility. You recognize your worth without feeling the need to prove it to anyone. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive and commands respect without demanding it. Men respect women who know their value because it signals that they won't settle for less than they deserve. It sets a standard that encourages mutual respect and admiration in a relationship. The way you treat your physical and emotional well-being also reflects how much you value yourself. Taking care of your health, appearance, and overall well-being shows that you prioritize yourself. This doesn't mean striving for perfection, but rather demonstrating that you care enough about yourself to invest time and effort into feeling your best. When men see that you take pride in yourself and prioritize self-care, they are more likely to treat you with the same level of care and attention. Valuing yourself also involves being selective about the people you allow into your life. You don't need to entertain every relationship or friendship that comes your way. By surrounding yourself with people who uplift, support, and respect you, you create an environment where you feel valued and appreciated. Men observe how others treat you and how you respond to it. When you maintain relationships that reflect your worth, it sets a clear standard for how you expect to be treated. Ultimately, valuing yourself is about embracing your uniqueness and recognizing that you bring something special to the table. It's about believing in your capabilities and knowing that you are deserving of love, respect, and admiration. When you carry this belief within you, it becomes evident in everything you do. Men, and indeed everyone around you, will naturally respond by treating you with the reverence and care that reflect the value you place on yourself. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most empowering steps you can take to ensure that others, including men, treat you with the respect you deserve. Boundaries are not about building walls to keep people out. They are about defining how you wish to be treated and protecting your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. When you establish boundaries, you communicate your standards and demonstrate self-respect, creating an environment where healthy and meaningful relationships can thrive. The first step in setting boundaries is understanding your own needs and limits. You must take the time to reflect on what makes you feel respected, valued, and safe. This self-awareness allows you to identify behaviors or situations that are unacceptable to you. Without this clarity, it becomes difficult to articulate your boundaries effectively. For example, if you know that consistent communication is important to you in a relationship, you can clearly express this to your partner and establish it as a non-negotiable aspect of how you expect to be treated. Boundaries are not about controlling others, but about taking responsibility for your own well-being. They help you define what is acceptable and what is not in your interactions with others. When you communicate your boundaries, you are not asking for permission. You are stating your needs. This assertiveness sends a powerful message that you value yourself and will not compromise on your dignity. Men are more likely to respect you when they see that you have the courage to stand up for yourself and clearly articulate what you expect in a relationship. Enforcing boundaries requires consistency and confidence. It's not enough to set boundaries. You must also be willing to uphold them. This means following through on consequences when someone crosses a line. For instance, if you've made it clear that you won't tolerate disrespectful language, you need to address the issue firmly if it occurs. This doesn't mean being confrontational or aggressive, It means calmly reaffirming your boundary and taking appropriate action if the behavior continues. Consistency reinforces the idea that your boundaries are non-negotiable, and it encourages others to take them seriously. At times, setting and enforcing boundaries can be challenging, especially if you fear rejection or conflict. However, it's important to remember that boundaries are a form of self-care. They are not selfish or unkind. They are necessary for maintaining your sense of self-worth. When you prioritize your own needs and well-being, you create space for healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Men are more likely to appreciate and respect you when they see that you are not afraid to advocate for yourself and prioritize your happiness. Boundaries also play a critical role in identifying and avoiding toxic relationships. When you have clear boundaries, it becomes easier to recognize when someone is not treating you with the respect you deserve. It helps you make informed decisions about who to allow into your life and who to distance yourself from. That's essential. This process might involve difficult choices, such as walking away from a relationship that does not align with your values, but it ultimately protects your self-esteem and emotional health. Another key aspect of boundaries is understanding that they go both ways. Just as you expect others to respect your boundaries, you must also respect theirs. Healthy relationships are built on mutual understanding and respect for each other's needs and limits. When both parties honor each other's boundaries, it fosters trust and creates a balanced dynamic where both individuals feel valued and understood. Ultimately, boundaries are a reflection of your self-respect and self-worth. They serve as a guide for how you want to be treated and help you build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. When men see that you have clear, unwavering boundaries, they recognize that you are someone who values yourself and demands the same from others. This not only earns their respect, but also sets the stage for a relationship that is grounded in equality and authenticity. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits you can possess, and it plays a vital role in how others perceive and treat you. It is the quiet yet unshakable belief in yourself and your abilities that radiates from within. Confidence is magnetic. It draws people to you and communicates that you are secure in who you are. When men encounter a woman who exudes confidence, it creates a natural inclination to treat her with admiration and respect. Confidence is not arrogance, nor does it mean being boastful. It is about owning your worth and carrying yourself with self-assurance, even in the face of challenges. The first step to building confidence is recognizing your intrinsic value. Confidence is rooted in self-awareness, understanding your strengths, appreciating your unique qualities, and embracing your imperfections without letting them define you. This self-awareness fosters a sense of self-acceptance, which is the cornerstone of genuine confidence. When you accept yourself fully, you project a sense of ease and authenticity that others find inspiring. And men, in particular, are drawn to women who are comfortable in their own skin because it signals emotional maturity and self-sufficiency. The very people who should, till now, be drawing back from a lawless society and going further forward are women. Another key aspect of confidence is the way you carry yourself. Body language speaks volumes, often more than words. Standing tall, making eye contact, and walking with purpose are simple yet powerful ways to project confidence. These nonverbal cues communicate that you believe in yourself and are comfortable in your surroundings. A confident posture also sets the tone for how others interact with you. Men are more likely to approach you with respect when your demeanor conveys self-assuredness. On the other hand, slouched shoulders or avoiding eye contact may unintentionally send the message that you lack self-belief, which can affect how others perceive you. Confidence also manifests in how you communicate. A confident woman expresses herself clearly and assertively without being aggressive. She speaks with conviction and is unafraid to share her opinions or feelings. When you communicate confidently, you demonstrate that your thoughts and perspectives are valuable. This encourages others, including men, to listen to you and take you seriously. It also sets the expectation that you won't tolerate being dismissed or undermined. Effective communication paired with confidence fosters mutual respect and ensures that you are treated with the dignity you deserve. Building confidence often requires stepping outside your comfort zone. Taking on challenges and facing your fears are critical to developing self-assurance. Every time you overcome an obstacle or achieve a goal, no matter how small, you reinforce your belief in your abilities. This momentum builds over time, creating a strong foundation of confidence that becomes evident in all areas of your life. Men respect women who are willing to take risks, pursue their passions, and challenge themselves because it reflects resilience and determination. Another important aspect of confidence is maintaining a positive mindset. Confidence grows when you focus on your accomplishments and strengths rather than dwelling on failures or shortcomings. Celebrate your successes no matter how minor, and remind yourself of your capabilities. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, as their positive energy can boost your confidence and reinforce your belief in yourself. When men see that you have a positive outlook and a resilient spirit, they are more likely to treat you with admiration and respect. Confidence is also about being unapologetically yourself. It means embracing your individuality and not conforming to societal expectations or the opinions of others. A confident woman does not seek validation from external sources. Instead, she relies on her own sense of self-worth. This independence and self-reliance are incredibly attractive because they demonstrate that you are secure in who you are. Men are drawn to women who are authentic and self-assured because it creates a sense of trust and stability in relationships. Lastly, confidence is a skill that can be cultivated over time. It is not something you either have or don't have. It is a mindset that grows with practice and effort. By investing in your personal growth, whether through learning new skills, pursuing your passions, or improving your self-care routines, you strengthen your sense of self-worth and reinforce your confidence. When you prioritize your own development and happiness, you send a clear message that you value yourself, which naturally commands respect from others. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with self-assuredness, you inspire others to treat you with the respect and admiration you deserve. Men will naturally respond to the energy you project, recognizing that a confident woman is someone to value, respect, and cherish, whether by bestowing a compliment or sharing. Communicating your standards is an essential step in ensuring that others, including men, treat you with respect and dignity. Your standards represent the level of behavior, treatment, and values you expect in your relationships and interactions. When you clearly articulate your expectations, you set the tone for how others engage with you. Men in particular appreciate clarity and confidence, and when you effectively communicate your standards, it becomes easier for them to understand how to treat you in a way that aligns with your values. The foundation of communicating your standards lies in first understanding what they are. Take the time to reflect on your core values, priorities, and non-negotiables. What kind of treatment do you expect in a relationship? What behaviors are unacceptable to you? These questions help you define your boundaries and create a roadmap for the kind of relationships you want to cultivate. Once you are clear on your standards, it becomes much easier to communicate them to others with confidence and conviction. It's important to remember that communicating your standards is not about issuing ultimatums or making demands. Instead, it's about expressing your needs and expectations in a way that fosters understanding and mutual respect. For example, instead of saying, "You must always do this for me," you can express your feelings by saying, "I feel valued when this happens, and it's important to me in a relationship." Framing your standards in this way makes them less about controlling the other person and more about ensuring your emotional and relational needs are met. Being assertive is crucial when communicating your standards. Assertiveness is the ability to express your needs, desires, and expectations clearly and respectfully without being passive or aggressive. When you are assertive, you project confidence and show that you take yourself seriously. Men are more likely to respect and honor your standards when they see that you are firm but respectful in your communication. Assertiveness also prevents misunderstandings, as it ensures that your expectations are clearly articulated and leaves little room for misinterpretation. Timing is another critical factor in effectively communicating your standards. It's important to choose the right moments to discuss your expectations, particularly in the early stages of a relationship. For instance, if something bothers you or goes against your standards, address it promptly rather than letting it fester. Avoid waiting until the situation becomes overwhelming, as this can lead to frustration and conflict. After all, a conservative marriage doesn't require a certain level of cash flow for establishing standards, and the same is true for legal issues. When you communicate your standards early and consistently, you set a strong foundation for the relationship and prevent potential misunderstandings later on. Nonverbal communication also plays a significant role in expressing your standards. Your actions, behavior, and demeanor often convey more than words. If you carry yourself with confidence, uphold your boundaries, and treat yourself with respect, you naturally demonstrate your standards without having to verbalize them constantly. For instance, if you expect punctuality and reliability from a partner, you should model these behaviors yourself. What strong-minded individuals and rebellious characters and individuals, when men observe that you hold yourself to the same standards you expect from others, they are more likely to respect and follow suit. It's also important to be consistent in upholding your standards. Communicating them once is not enough. You must reinforce them through your actions and decisions. If someone disregards your standards or tests your boundaries, you need to address the issue calmly and firmly. Letting things slide sends the message that your standards are flexible or unimportant. By consistently standing by your expectations, you demonstrate that they are an integral part of who you are and how you wish to be treated. At the same time, communicating your standards is a two-way process. While it's essential to express your expectations, you should also listen to the other person's perspective and be open to compromise where appropriate. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, and it's important to find common ground where both parties feel valued. This doesn't mean compromising on your core values, but it does mean being willing to adapt and accommodate when reasonable. Lastly, it's important to recognize that not everyone will meet your standards, and that's okay. Communicating your expectations helps you filter out individuals who are not aligned with your values and priorities. When a man respects your standards, it's a clear sign that he values and appreciates you. If someone cannot meet your expectations, it's better to recognize this early and move on rather than lowering your standards to accommodate them. Communicating your standards is ultimately an act of self-respect and self-advocacy. When you articulate what you need and expect, you create a blueprint for how others should treat you. This clarity fosters healthier relationships and ensures that you are surrounded by people who value and respect you. Men will respond positively to this transparency, as it creates a clear understanding of your expectations and sets the stage for a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. Surrounding yourself with positivity is an essential part of ensuring that men and others in your life treat you with the respect and care you deserve. The environment you create and the people you allow into your circle play a significant role in shaping how you are perceived and treated. When you choose to be in the company of uplifting, supportive, and respectful individuals, you establish a standard for how you expect to be treated and how you expect to be treated. This atmosphere of positivity not only reinforces your own sense of self-worth, but also sets a tone for others to follow, including men who may enter your life. The energy you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your mindset and confidence. When you are in a positive environment filled with people who genuinely care for and support you, it nurtures your emotional well-being. These individuals encourage your growth, celebrate your successes, and stand by you during challenges. They remind you of your worth, which helps you maintain a strong sense of self-respect. This self-respect radiates outward and influences how others, including men, perceive and treat you. When a man observes that you are valued and respected by those around you, he is more likely to treat you with the same level of respect. Your social circle serves as a mirror for your self-worth. If you allow toxic, disrespectful, or negative individuals to remain in your life, it sends a message that you are willing to tolerate such behavior. This can unintentionally lower the standard for how others, including men, treat you. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive influences who treat you well and uplift you, it communicates that you expect and deserve respectful treatment. Men take cues from the people you associate with, and when they see you surrounded by individuals who value and support you, they are more inclined to do the same. Choosing positivity also means being selective about the kind of energy you welcome into your life. This may require distancing yourself from toxic relationships or environments that drain your energy or make you feel unworthy. It can be challenging to let go of people or situations that no longer serve you, but doing so is an act of self-care and self-respect. By creating space for positive influences, you cultivate an environment that reflects your value and reinforces your standards. Men who enter this space will naturally align with the positive energy you have established, as it sets the tone for how you expect to be treated, especially as a leader of this caste. In addition to surrounding yourself with supportive individuals, it's equally important to contribute to this positivity by being a source of encouragement and kindness. When you uplift and support others, you attract similar energy in return. Men are drawn to women who exude positivity because it creates a welcoming and inspiring atmosphere. The global consensus seems to be that if a woman is wholly focused, it is less likely that something detrimental is going to come her way. Your ability to foster positive relationships and bring out the best in others is a reflection of your emotional intelligence and self-assurance, traits that command admiration and respect. A positive environment also allows you to thrive and grow as an individual. When you are surrounded by people who believe in you and encourage your aspirations, it gives you the confidence to pursue your goals and embrace your authentic self. This growth and self-fulfillment further reinforce your sense of worth, which becomes evident in how you carry yourself. Men are more likely to treat you with respect and admiration when they see that you value yourself enough to prioritize your happiness and well-being. It's important to recognize that positivity doesn't mean avoiding challenges or difficult emotions. Instead, it's about fostering an environment where you feel supported and valued, even during tough times. Positive relationships are those where mutual respect, understanding, and kindness prevail, creating a safe space for growth and connection. When men observe that you have cultivated such meaningful relationships, they understand that you expect the same level of respect and care from them. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with influence not only how you feel about yourself, but also how others perceive and treat you. By choosing positivity, you create a powerful standard for the kind of energy and respect you welcome into your life. Men who enter this space will recognize the value you place on yourself and the positivity you bring, encouraging them to treat you with the admiration and respect you deserve. Onward, nation. Undo. Practicing self-care is one of the most effective ways to ensure that others, including men, treat you with respect and admiration. When you prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, you send a clear message that you value yourself and expect others to do the same. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity for maintaining balance and cultivating a sense of self-worth. When you invest in yourself, it becomes evident in the way you carry yourself, interact with others, and approach life. Men naturally respond to this by treating you with the same level of care and respect that you demonstrate for yourself. Self-care begins with understanding your needs and making them a priority. It means recognizing when you need rest, relaxation, or time to recharge and allowing yourself to take it without guilt. In a world that often glorifies being constantly busy, taking time for yourself is an act of self-respect. It shows that you understand your own limits and are willing to honor them. Men notice when a woman prioritizes her well-being, as it reflects self-awareness, emotional maturity, and a healthy sense of self-esteem. It communicates that you value yourself enough to put your needs first, setting a standard for how you expect to be treated. Physical self-care is a key component of valuing yourself. This doesn't mean adhering to societal beauty standards or striving for perfection. It's about taking care of your body in a way that makes you feel good. Eating nourishing foods, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and staying hydrated are all simple yet impactful ways to honor your physical health. When you take care of your body, you feel more energetic, confident, and empowered, which naturally influences how others perceive and treat you. Men are particularly drawn to women who radiate confidence and vitality, as it reflects a sense of self-discipline and self-love. Emotional self-care is equally important. It involves acknowledging and processing your emotions rather than suppressing them. This might mean journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or seeking professional support when needed. Emotional self-care also means setting boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. Saying no to things that drain your energy or compromise your well-being is an act of self-respect. When men see that you prioritize your emotional health and refuse to tolerate behavior that undermines it, they are more likely to treat you with the care and respect you deserve. Another aspect of self-care is engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, traveling, spending time in nature, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a good book, doing things that make you happy nurtures your soul. When you prioritize these moments of joy, you create a sense of balance and contentment that shines through in your interactions with others. Men are often inspired by women who have their own passions and take time to cultivate a fulfilling life. It signals independence and self-assuredness, traits that command respect. Practicing self-care also means surrounding yourself with positive influences and letting go of toxic relationships or situations. Choosing to spend time with people who uplift and support you reinforces your sense of worth and helps you maintain a positive mindset. When you prioritize your own well-being and choose relationships that enhance your life, you create a standard for how you expect to be treated. Men observe these choices and understand that you won't settle for anything less than respect, kindness, and consideration. Investing in your personal growth is another powerful form of self-care. This might involve learning new skills, pursuing education, setting goals, or working on self-improvement. When you take steps to better yourself and achieve your aspirations, it shows that you value your potential and are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Men admire women who are driven and ambitious because it reflects a strong sense of purpose and self-worth. Self-care also includes being kind to yourself. This means treating yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer a friend. Avoiding self-criticism and practicing self-forgiveness are vital aspects of building a healthy relationship with yourself. When you exude self-compassion, it sets the tone for how others should treat you. Men, in particular, are drawn to women who show themselves grace and kindness because it reflects emotional strength and resilience. Ultimately, practicing self-care is a way of affirming your own value and setting the standard for how you expect to be treated. It demonstrates that you are not willing to compromise on your well-being and that you hold yourself in high regard. Men are naturally inclined to respect and admire women who take care of themselves because it reflects confidence, self-respect, and a deep understanding of their worth. And by prioritizing self-care, you not only enhance your own quality of life, but also create an environment where others are inspired to treat you like the queen you are. Setting boundaries is one of the most empowering actions you can take to ensure that others, including men, treat you with respect. Boundaries are not walls meant to push people away. They are guidelines that establish how you want to be treated and how you value yourself. When you set boundaries, you communicate your needs, protect your emotional well-being, and foster healthier relationships. Boundaries demonstrate self-respect and confidence, and they naturally encourage others to treat you with the care and consideration you deserve. The first step in setting boundaries is recognizing your limits and identifying what behaviors you will and will not tolerate. This requires self-awareness and an honest assessment of your values, priorities, and emotional triggers. Understanding your boundaries helps you articulate them clearly when the time comes. For example, if you value honesty and open communication, you might establish a boundary that you will not tolerate dishonesty or manipulation in your relationships. By defining these limits, you create a framework for interactions that align with your values and protect your peace of mind. Communicating your boundaries effectively is crucial. Boundaries lose their power if they are not expressed clearly and assertively. When discussing your boundaries with men or others in your life, it's important to use I statements that focus on your feelings and needs, rather than blaming or accusing the other person. For instance, instead of saying, "You always ignore me and it's disrespectful," you probably are. Rather, say something like, "Instead of saying you always ignore me and it's disrespectful," you might say, "I feel hurt when my messages are left unanswered, and open communication is important to me." This approach is less confrontational and fosters understanding while still making your expectations clear. Setting boundaries also requires consistency. It's not enough to communicate your boundaries once. You must uphold them through your actions. If someone crosses a boundary, it's essential to address the issue immediately and reinforce your limits. For instance, if you've set a boundary about how you expect to be spoken to and someone speaks to you disrespectfully, calmly but firmly remind them of your boundary. Consistency sends the message that your boundaries are non-negotiable and that you take them seriously. Men are more likely to respect you when they see that you are unwavering in your commitment to your own well-being. Boundaries also involve learning to say no without guilt. Many people, especially women, struggle with saying no because they fear being seen as rude, selfish, or unkind. However, saying no is a vital part of self-care and boundary setting. It's an assertion of your right to prioritize your needs and protect your time and energy. Whether it's declining an invitation, refusing to take on additional responsibilities, or rejecting behavior that makes you uncomfortable, saying no is an act of self-respect. Men respect women who can assert themselves confidently and are not afraid to stand by their decisions. Enforcing boundaries may sometimes lead to discomfort, pushback, especially from those who are accustomed to crossing them. However, this is a natural part of the process. Some individuals may test your boundaries to see if you will uphold them, but standing firm reinforces your commitment to your values and expectations. Over time, people who respect you will adapt and honor your boundaries, while those who refuse to may distance themselves. This natural filtering process ensures that the people who remain in your life are those who truly value and respect you. End quote. It's important to recognize that setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being. You cannot change someone else's behavior, but you can control how you respond to it and what you allow in your life. For example, if someone consistently violates your boundaries, you can choose to limit your interactions with them, or in extreme cases, remove them from your life altogether. By doing so, you prioritize your mental and emotional health and create space for healthier relationships. Another key aspect of setting boundaries is self-reflection. It's important to regularly assess your boundaries to ensure they still align with your values and needs. As you grow and evolve, your boundaries may change, and that's perfectly normal. Being open to this process of self-discovery allows you to maintain boundaries that are relevant and meaningful. Men respect women who know themselves well and are intentional about protecting their peace and happiness. Setting boundaries also teaches others how to treat you. When men see that you respect yourself enough to establish and maintain clear boundaries, they are more likely to follow suit. It signals that you value yourself and expect to be treated with dignity and consideration. Boundaries create a foundation for mutual respect and understanding, which are essential for healthy and fulfilling relationships. Ultimately, boundaries are an expression of self-love and self-respect. They empower you to protect your energy, prioritize your needs, and cultivate relationships that honor your values. Men who encounter a woman with strong, clearly communicated boundaries are naturally drawn to treat her with the respect and admiration she deserves. By setting boundaries, you establish yourself as someone who values her worth and refuses to settle for less than she deserves. Understanding and embracing your worth is one of the most transformative steps you can take to command respect and admiration from others, including men. Your worth is not determined by external validation or the opinions of others. It is rooted in your intrinsic value as a person. When you fully recognize your worth, it reflects in your actions, decisions, and interactions, creating a ripple effect that shapes how others treat you. Men in particular are naturally drawn to women who carry themselves with confidence and self-assurance, as it signals that they value themselves deeply. The journey to understanding your worth begins with self-reflection and self-awareness. It requires you to look inward and identify your unique qualities, strengths, and contributions. Consider your achievements, values, and the positive impact you have on the lives of others. By acknowledging these aspects of yourself, you build a strong foundation of self-esteem and self-respect. Recognizing your worth also means letting go of self-doubt and negative self-talk, which can cloud your perception of yourself and make you vulnerable to accepting less than you deserve. When you replace self-criticism with self-compassion, you create a mindset that reinforces your value and helps you set higher standards for how you should be treated. Your worth is closely tied to the boundaries you set in your relationships. When you embrace your worth, you naturally expect to be treated with kindness, respect, and consideration. You refuse to tolerate behavior that undermines your dignity or compromises your well-being. For example, if someone disrespects your time or dismisses your feelings, your understanding of your worth empowers you to address the situation or distance yourself from such interactions. Men take notice of women who assert their boundaries and uphold them consistently. It communicates that you know what you deserve and are unwilling to settle for anything less. For female healthcare providers, employers, citizens, and postal workers, any success is defined along with this. Embracing your worth also influences the way you carry yourself. Confidence is a natural byproduct of understanding your value, and it shines through in your posture, tone of voice, and overall demeanor. When you walk into a room with your head held high and a sense of self-assuredness, it commands attention and respect. Confidence is magnetic, and men are particularly drawn to women who are comfortable in their own skin. This doesn't mean arrogance or conceit. It's about owning your strengths while remaining humble and approachable. When you exude confidence, it sets the tone for how others perceive and treat you. Through practice, you learn to lower the stakes in the conversation with those you meet, and you can attract things to your life, business, and the world around you. Another aspect of embracing your worth is knowing what you bring to the table in your relationships. This isn't limited to material or superficial attributes. It includes your emotional intelligence, loyalty, compassion, and the unique perspective you offer. When you fully understand the value you contribute, you are less likely to tolerate relationships or situations where you are undervalued. Men respect women who recognize their contributions and are unapologetic about seeking reciprocity in their relationships. It creates a dynamic of mutual respect and admiration where both parties feel valued and appreciated. Understanding your worth also means not seeking validation from others. While it's natural to appreciate compliments or positive feedback, your sense of self should not be dependent on external approval. When you place too much importance on what others think of you, it can lead to compromising your values or settling for less than you deserve in an attempt to gain their approval. Embracing your worth means finding validation from within and being confident in your choices, regardless of outside opinions. Men admire women who are self-assured and independent, as it shows that their happiness and self-esteem are not reliant on anyone else. An important part of embracing your worth is practicing self-care and self-love. When you prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, you reinforce the message that you value yourself. This might mean taking time to rest, pursuing your passions, or investing in your personal growth. When men see that you care for yourself and make your well-being a priority, it signals that you expect to be treated with the same level of care and consideration.